Hello friends, in the seventh unit we learn about gas turbines, okay, closed cycle and open cycle. Let's discuss about their advantages or the advantages of closed cycle turbine over open cycle gas turbine. First one of it is the use of high pressure through to the cycle result in reduced size of the plant for given output. Then the closed cycle avoid erosion and corrosion of turbine blades as and the fuel or the medium used is pure. That's why uh, the erosion, as there is no impurity, there will be no erosion of the turbine blade. Okay, then uh, the maintenance cost of this closed cycle gas turbine is very low, and its reliability is also high due to longer useful life. And then the filtration of the income here is eliminated in the closed cycle, which serves the problem in open cycle. Okay, that means as the medium is confined, that's why we don't need to uh, filter that medium all the time, because just once we have to filter that medium, and then we have to fill it into the system, and after that there is no need of filtration of that medium. Okay, then next one is by maintaining the lowest pressure of the cycle above the atmosphere, the density of the working fluid improves the heat transfer in heat exchanger. Therefore the size of the compressor, turbine and heat exchanger can be reduced. Okay, as the gaseous medium can be compressed, okay, therefore uh, lots of heat exchange can be takes place with that medium as it is compressed. Okay, then loss due to fluid friction is less due to higher Reynolds number. Then the regulation is more simple. Then monoatomic gases such as helium may be used to increase the efficiency. Then disadvantages are the weight of system goes on increasing per kilowatt. Okay, as the power increases, the weight we needed to construct that, or the overall weight of the power plant will goes on increasing as per the increasing power plant size. Okay, then a large air heater is required compared with the combustion chamber used in open cycle, because heat transfer coefficient in heat exchanger is low. It is necessary that the system must be airtight when the working fluid is other than air in is used in the system under initial high pressure. This increase the installation cost. And then large amount of cooling water is required in cooler before, or therefore it use is limited to stationary installation or marine used. Okay, that means this uh, closed cycle gas turbine are generally stationary or used in a marine or you can say marine purpose, and there is no other use as its weight is high depending on the capacity or power generation capacity. Next one is component of gas turbine. We have to see all the component like we saw of the boiler. First one is air compressor, intercooler and regenerator, then combustion chamber, gas turbine, alternator and starting motor. First one is air compressor. Let's see what is air compressor. We use this device for compressing air. Okay, we pressurize the atmospheric air to the higher pressure. Okay, a compressor is a device which pressurizes a gas. It is a critical component of the gas turbine plant since it consumes a large percent of turbine energy and plays a significant role in determining the overall performance and efficiency of the unit. Compressors are categorized by their principle of operation and the mass flow and pressure requirements. The high flow rate of air through the turbine and the relatively moderate pressure necessitate the use of rotary compressor. The air at atmospheric pressure is drawn by the compressor through the filter, which removes the dust from the air. The rotary blade of compressor push the air between the stationary blades to raise its temperature. Thus air at high pressure is available at the output of the compressor. Okay, there are commonly two type of compressor. Okay, first one is centrifugal compressor and another is axial compressor. Let's see that axial compressor in brief. First one is axial compressor. We have to see that axial flow compressor. Axial flow compressor are also continuous flow device and are therefore extensively used in gas turbine for high flow application. These are uh, invariably multi-stage devices achieving pressure ratio up to 40:1 through a series of small increase in each stage, resulting in very high efficiency levels. An axial flow compressor is similar to that of an axial flow turbine with moving blade on the rotor shaft, and when diffusing it with a row of fixed blade arranged around the stator, thereby converting the velocity increase obtained by the action of rotating blade to a pressure increase. Axial flow compressor consists of rotor and a casing or a stator. Moving blade are mounted on the rotor and fixed blade on the inner side of casing, known as stationary blade. Air enters the blade axially and also leaves them in the axial direction. That's why these compressors are called as axial flow compressor. You will see the figure below. The type of compressor is designed according to reaction principle. The air from the atmosphere enters axially, and due to rotation of moving blade causes centrifugal action, increases velocity, and then passes through fixed blade, thus rising pressure through the stage to both blade rows moving as well as fixed, and air leaves them in the axial direction as shown in figure. Okay, here you can see that moving blades you can see there, stationary blades also there. Okay, these are mounted on rotary blade. Okay, moving blades are mounted on rotor, and this fixed blade are mounted on casing. Okay, these are the fixed blade mounted, and here is the compressor shaft, air intake and air outlet, and this is axis. Okay, that's why this is called as axial compressor. You can see here the variation in pressure and velocity. Here is the pressure goes on increasing, velocity grows, increases, decreases, increases, decreases, increases and decreases. Okay, that means the velocity and pressure variation are given in the table. Okay, let's see next one. Axial flow compressor gives preference over centrifugal compressor in the application of aircraft and the industrial gas turbine power plant because of higher efficiency, less frontal area, and capable of producing higher pressure ratio on a single shaft by increasing number of stages. The axial flow compressor run at lower speed, high weight, higher starting torque, and sensitive to any deposit formation on blade, and complicated compared with centrifugal compressor. The advantages with using this compressor are they are most suitable for multi-staging operation. They give higher efficiency at higher pressure ratios, higher mass flow rate with smaller frontal area. Okay, these are the advantages of the axial flow compressor. Then let's see some disadvantages. Their efficiency is decreases in engine size on account of high percentage of blade tip leakage in smaller compressor. The narrow range of stable operation between surging and choking limits makes part load operation difficult. The next one is centrifugal compressor. You might have, or you have the practical on that. Okay, so you can see that centrifugal compressor in our lab also. Okay, let's see what is that centrifugal compressor is. You might have seen that at the puncture making station. Okay, there you can see that centrifugal compressor are continuous flow devices. Okay, These are continuous flow devices and are therefore widely used in gas turbine application requiring medium pressure and flow. They possess the related to process fluctuation and higher operational reliability. Okay, here the centrifugal compressor is okay, centrifugal like our pump, same this centrifugal compressor is okay. A majority of centrifugal compressor is used to produce pressure ratio in region 1.2 as to for very low pressure ratio. This not I'm sorry that I told you that it at puncture making station it is not there used. It is generally used in we can say thresher, in the thresher. Okay, in the thresher you can see this type of compressor. Okay, in many it mainly consists of impeller and diffuser. The impeller consists of an impeller disc and impeller vanes attached on the impeller disc, readily forming radial diverging passage as shown in figure. This impeller rotates with the shaft at high speed and air is drawn into the impeller arm in an axial direction. The air is flown radially outward through the impeller passes due to centrifugal force, and kinetic energy is imported to the air with some static pressure, right, shown in figure. Okay, then remaining pressure rises is obtained in the diffuser. The diffuser, which is stationary, consists of number of fixed diverging passages. The air leaves the impeller tip with a high velocity and enter the diffuser. Then the diffuser, in which reduces the high velocity thus by diffusing process or reacceleration of air in the diffuser. Kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy. The flow from the diffuser is collected in a spiral passage from which it is discharged from the compressor. Single stage compressors can develop a pressure ratio up to 4:1 as high as 10:1 and can be developed with the help of multi-stage centrifugal compressor. The impeller may be single or double sided. The compressor might have single inlet or double inlet. In a double impeller, it will be having eye on both sides of the diffuser passage. Let's see the advantages of centrifugal compressor. They are very cheap, and then they are durable also. They are less chance to damage by foreign objects. They are cheaper to manufacture and have low maintenance requirement. They are less sensitive to fouling. Then disadvantages of centrifugal are they have very large diameter when compared to other compressors. With reduction in size, they become less efficient. They experiences loss in efficiency with increase in pressure ratio. Pressure ratio in this compressor rarely exceed 4.5:1. Next one is regenerator and intercooler. A regenerator is a device which recover heat from the exhaust gas turbine to increase the cycle efficiency. The exhaust is passed through the generator before wasting to atmosphere. They utilize the heat generated by the exhaust gases which is otherwise wasted by transferring it to the combustor incoming air, resulting in reduced fuel consumption. A regenerator consists of nested tube containing a shell. The compressed air from the compressor passes through the tubes on its way to the combustion chamber. In this way, the compressor is heated by the hot exhaust. A schematic of a typical regenerator unit used in gas turbine is shown in figure. Air entering the regenerator air inlet absorbs heat from the hot exhausted gases before leaving via the air outlet enter the combustor by utilizing the concept of regeneration in gas turbine. A reduction in fuel consumption to the tune of almost 30% can be achieved. And then the example is shown in figure. Let's see that. Here is that plate type regenerator. You can see Okay, air enters from here and outlets are provided, and also exhausted gases are there. Okay, gases are exhausted. Okay, gas inlet is here, gas inlet, air outlet, all these are the thing given on the working gas leaving the turbine after expansion is cooled in intercooler with the help of surrounding and supplied to the compressor to repeat cycle of operation. The next one is combustion chamber. Combustion chamber, air leaving the compressor enter the combustion through the diffuser zone. The diffuser zone act as a transition zone between the compressor discharge and the combustion inlet. Here, the compressor discharge air is diffused such that its velocity reduces. This is done in order to minimize pressure loss, which in turn is a function of the squared velocity. The design of good combustion chamber should achieve the following things. First one is ensure stable and efficient operation over a wide operating range, ensure uniform temperature distribution for greater efficiency in operation, complete release of chemical energy in the space provided for efficient combustion, pressure drop across the combustion chamber should be minimal, and high combustion efficiency giving greater reliability in operation and low emission level. Okay. The combustion chamber always divided into three distinct zones. A recirculating zone where the fuel is partially burned and evaporated in order to prepare it for full combustion in the burning zone. A burning zone where the fuel is completely burned to form product. A combustion and a dilution zone where the products of combustion in the form of the hot burn gases are mixed with the morning air in order to attain a suitable turbine inlet temperature. In an open cycle gas turbine plants, combustion can be arranged to take place in one or two stage cylindrical can type combustion chamber with ducting to convey hot gases to turbine. The air at high pressure from the compressor is lead to the combustion chamber through the generator. In the combustion chamber, oil is injected through the nozzle at high pressure, ensures atomization of oil and is through mixing with the air. The heat is added to the air by burning of oil initiated by electrical spark, and once the fuel starts burning, the flame is required to be stabilized and maintained. A pilot or recirculated zone is created in the main flow to establish a stable flame which help to sustain continuous combustion. The common method of stabilization are swirl flow and Bluffy body. The result in that the chamber attain a very high temperature. The combustion gases are suitably cooled and then delivered to gas turbine. The combustion chamber is designed in two types: swirl type of combustion chamber and tubular annual combustion chamber. In swirl type combustion chamber, the air from the compressor is supplied to the combustion chamber. 15 to 20% of the air enter into the primary zone to provide air from fuel ratio up to 15:1, and remainder air is passed through the KC. The high velocity air compressor is reduced in the diffusion section. Fuel is sprayed through the fuel nozzle into air stream. It gives self-piloting frame in the air stream. Some lowering mixture is the primary zone is recirculated back on the incoming air and fuel. It is done by the introducing primary air through twisted radial veins called swirl veins. It results into vortex motion along the area's combustion chamber at the resistance away. The free vortex created by swirl vane dies down and pressure become uniform. The flame travel forward and mix with secondary air passes through the perforation in the tube at velocity 30 to 60 meter per second. It helps for complete combustion. Okay. Here is the figure of sword type combustion chamber. Next one is tubular combustion chamber. Tubular annular combustion chamber of gas turbine engine has an annular space formed by casing which accommodate fire tube with burning zone and mixing zone, fuel feed system and igniter. Annular space and front part of each fire tube are made hermetically sealed. Fuel feed system is made in front of nozzle to deliver ordinary water into casing space and nozzle provided with the cavitator to delivery mixture of the fire tube. Igniter is made in front of arc electrode with possibility of stringing and blowing out of the arc, dissociating, ionizing, igniting and converting into plasma vapors of mixture passing through zone of arc beating, said electrode being installed in each fire of tube of one of electrode in is made for displacement at striking a point and the other is made conical and pivoted with the conical channel. Its effects are effective improved and increasing efficiency and characteristic. Okay, so study all this type of combustion chamber and advantages, disadvantages. Today we'll stop here. In next lecture we will discuss about the gas turbine. Okay, thank you.